Hey guys, back for part 3 of my CD collection. So let's get started. I'm just gonna move along here for a little bit. I got an Allman Brothers collection, so it's like 4 discs. I don't know if necessarily have that box anymore. A lot of these were given to me by my dad. Some of the older stuff, some of the older stuff is mine that I bought, but there's disc 3 and then disc 4. And the Allman Brothers are pretty classic. Next we've got All That Remains, The Fall of Ideals. Only All That Remains that I really cared about growing up. But yeah, 6 was a good song on here. I think I always thought it was funny that the number 6 was always the 7th track on here instead of being the 6th. Really the only good All That Remains that I really remember. Next we have a group called Alphaville. I actually just bought this and I haven't really taken the time to listen to it yet. I bought it when I was in Tennessee to go see it was Bullet for my Valentine and Trivium because nostalgia. But Alphaville, they do that song Forever Young that no one ever seems to remember. Next, we've got American Head Charge, War of Art. I don't really enjoy this album anymore. I bought it at Book and Music Exchange, and it's very annoying, if that makes sense. I bought it because there was a tank on it, and I dug it at the time. It's kind of new metal-y, and I'm just not a fan of a lot of new metal at this point anymore. So, next one, Get It Out. It's kind of difficult to get out. Is a band I went and saw. Actually, I saw them with Decapitated, Huntress, and I want to say Starkill. I'm speaking of American Sharks. They are, I don't really know how to categorize them. It's very like sludgy, but kind of Black Sabbath-y, but speed. It's weird. I mean, the artwork alone intrigued me. I always thought it was funny. There's a condom right there on the hanging off the door, or the mirror, excuse me. But I got the band's autograph. It's a 3-piece, 1, 2, 3. I just really liked the artwork on the CD or the digipack. Really cool. The inside looks like. Really cool stuff. Very unique. I haven't heard anything else from these guys, but I would recommend you check them out if you guys like I said, I don't really know how to. You just gotta look them up to see if you like them or not. Next, we've got a band I used to listen to a lot. Not necessarily this album, but Amon Amarth, Fate of Horns. Pursuit of the Vikings. This is the only song on this that I really know off the top of my head, which I really like. But I never really looked in, because like Amon Amarth, a lot of their stuff sounds the same to me. Next we've got With Odin on Our Side by Amon Amarth. Really kind of a boring album cover if you ask me, compared to what some of them have been. I know a lot of people aren't a huge fan of melodic death metal, but I enjoyed it when I was younger, and I still like it to some degree, but now my favorite Amon Amarth album is Twilight of the Thunder God. Go figure. My nickname was Thor. They called me Thor on the football field and everything, so. But then there's Thor fighting some beast. Like I said, I'm not great in Norse mythology. I'm interested in it. I just haven't looked into it, if that makes any sense. Twilight of the Thunder God and Guardians of Asgard are just wonderful tracks on this. Definitely give you that Viking vibe. Next, we've got the last album I bought by Amon Amarth, as far as in a store or recent, like their newest stuff. We've got Amon Amarth, Deceiver of the Gods. Now, the cool thing about this is it's kind of like a deluxe edition. It's in like a deluxe box. However, there was another version of this that had like this. It was like a demon thing, and you slid in like the plate of it. It was kind of cool, pretty hot. It was hollow and it slid in there. So with this, there's Deceiver of the Gods, which was a decent album. I liked it. I actually saw them perform some of this. I think I was going into maybe my junior year. Deceiver of the Gods, Shapeshifter, Blood Eagle, really good songs on this album. I just thought the artwork was really cool. But that's not even the coolest thing about this album. The coolest thing about this album is the reason that it's the deluxe edition. And that, my friends, comes with a really cool EP. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but that's Motorhead, that's Judas Priest, that's AC/DC, and that's Black Sabbath. But notice they say Amon Amarth in the lettering. Judas Priest is kind of hard to see it as Motorhead, not so much, but Amon and Amon Amarth. It's called the Under the Influence EP. Now, what it is it's not covers, but it is songs that these bands would have done in the style of them. So, like, Amon Amarth wrote like a song that like Black Sabbath would have done, but you know, like the AC/DC one is Stand Up to Go Down, which is about giving fellatio to an Amazon woman. Different, very weird. Satan's Rising is the Black Sabbath. And I mean, wow, Johan can really do a really great Ozzy kind of sound, which I thought was cool. Motorhead was fantastic, and I don't even like Motorhead really. I'm hoping that'll change, but sorry, Lemmy's voice kind of bothers me. I like Ace of Spades like everyone else, but and Anvil of Burning Steel, I think, is the Judas Priest, and I'm, I guess, not the biggest Priest fan. Priest is alright, but they've got a couple of albums I like. I'm hoping to get more into them as time goes on. But moving on, we've got brutal stuff. Amputated. This is Dissect, Molest, and Jest, if I remember. Yes. Really just brutal, slamming death metal. I mean, it literally had butchered, hacking up like bodies and shit. Like, you can see that, but really cool. I don't typically listen to this stuff to memorize the songs. I listen to it for the music, the atmosphere, the background. So, moving on, we've got a death metal band by Amputory, or a death metal band named Amputory, with their album Ode to Gore. So, standout tracks on this were Enslaved in the Basement. I liked Ode to Gore, Cleansing the Blade, and Bludgeoned were really cool. I can't remember where these guys are from. I know Extreme is this came from Spain, but it was from a record company named Extreme Records. If you're in the extreme music and more unknown bands, I would look up that record company. This next one is definitely a break from the last two. This is Anderson, Bruford, Wakeman, and Howe. This is basically Yes, but not Yes, if that makes sense. I haven't really listened to it, but I like Yes, so I can't imagine I wouldn't, and the artwork is just amazing, as Yes always has. So, need to get around to listening to that. I just haven't. been in the mood. Next is the only album I own by these guys, and they are a black metal band, black and thrash, sort of. I'm speaking of Angel Corpse Extermination. Really, really enjoy this album. This was the album that I found these guys on originally. I really like Christ Hammer and Fallujah and Sons of Vengeance. I mean, Into the Storm of Steel is cool too. Really great album. Really great group of guys. I cannot remember where these guys are from. I'm wanting to say it's Germany. I really am, but yeah, Angel Corpse there. Unfortunately broken up. I need to get more of their stuff though. Next we have Annihilator, Set the World on Fire. Haven't listened much to Annihilator. They're a thrash metal band from Canada, and I like thrash, and I like what I've heard from Annihilator. I just haven't taken the time. It's just one of those things. Next is Annihilator, Waking Fury. Another one that came out a little bit later, so I haven't been as excited to try to check it out because it's not their older stuff. Next, we have Anthrax, Fistful of Metal. I really, really like this album in particular, most because it has the I'm 18 cover on it from Alice Cooper, and it's done really well with Belladonna. No, Neil Turbin, excuse me. Yeah, this was my favorite album for a while from Anthrax, but I really, really like their cover of I'm 18 on it. Next we've got, next we have my favorite Anthrax album, and that would be Spreading the Disease. Reason being, AIR. AIR is an amazing fucking song. Very thrashy, very, I mean, I don't know what to say. Madhouse is a great one on here. Armed and Dangerous, Medusa, Gung Ho. I don't hate this album. I love this album. This album is a really good album. If you don't know, first of all, if you don't know Anthrax, but you listen to thrash metal, I don't know what's wrong with you. They're in the big four, big staple, but yeah, my favorite album by Anthrax is Spreading the Disease. Next, we've got the last good album by Anthrax, in my opinion. Anthrax Among the Living. Best song on here is Ethel Nikufesin. I think it's German. It sounds German. But and in parentheses it says NFL, which stands for Nice Fucking Life, which is awesome. I don't really care for Cotton and Mosh. Among the Living is cool. I like Skeletons in the Closet. Indians is cool. I Am the Law is alright. But good album by Anthrax. Just not my favorite. It's actually funny, the new It movie actually has a kid wearing an Anthrax shirt in there, and they actually play Antisocial, which is, I believe him. No, Antisocial is actually on this album, which is State of Euphoria. Which Antisocial is probably the only song I really like on this album. I did not care for this album. This album bored the shit out of me. I don't know if I just listened to it at a bad time, but I didn't like it. Anthrax was starting to go right here. Next, we've got Persistence of Time by Anthrax, which I don't remember a whole lot on it. I need to re-listen to it. Hopefully my opinions change on it. I don't know. I miss a time I didn't live in, and that's when Anthrax was really decent, at least in the early. My last Anthrax album we have is a covers album called Anthems. I'll show you real quick. They're making fun of like AC/DC right there. AC/DC has been the butt of a lot of jokes. They cover Anthem by, I think, Rush. TNT by AC/DC, Smoking Boss, and Keep on Running, Journey. I don't know who does Big Eyes. Jailbreak is Thin Lizzy, and they do a Crawl and a Crawl remix. I'm not sure who does that, but Anthrax, my cover album. This is the only one I actually have with Dunn Bush, and it's not bad. I enjoyed it. Next we have a Canadian, I don't know if I'd call them thrash metal, but I guess heavy metal band, Anvil, Metal on Metal. Not sure how official this release necessarily is. It looks kind of like weird, but they're Canadian. I heard them from that metal show. Go figure. I don't know. They're alright. Not my favorite. April Wine. Good classic rock. 1979. I've listened to it. I just don't have any memorable things to say about it because I didn't listen to it for super long. But April Wine is a good band, especially if you like that late 70s, early 80s rock sound. Same thing with Nature the Beast by April Wine. Another great, fun album to listen to. So if you're driving or on the road or something, check them out if you like that sound. They're not a very well-known band. And that concludes this portion of the CDs. Thanks for watching if you did. If not, well, sorry. Alright guys, I'll see you next video. Later.